What's up, everybody? Let's continue from where we left off in the previous video. Alright, so in this video we are going to start off with step 51. Okay, so let me reset this lesson. Okay, add some space between the inline element and the label text by giving a right margin of 0.5 em. Also set all the other margin to 0. Okay, so like I mentioned in the previous video, the way margin works is that it works clockwise. So the first value is for margin top, the next value is for margin right. So in this case, we want margin right to be 0.5 em. The next value is for margin bottom, and the next is for margin left. So we have top, right, bottom, and then left. Okay, so let's continue. Alright, so if you look close enough, you notice that the inline elements are too high on the line. To set the vertical align property to middle. Okay, so we are talking about this right here. Okay, let's set it to middle and see. So watch closely here what changes. So we say vertical align and we just say middle. Okay, to make the input and text area element blend in with the background theme, set their background color to this right here and give them a border of 1 pixel solid and this color. So from our final form, as you can see, this input have a different color which blends nicely with the background. Ours is just white and it's too glaring. So the way we're going to do that is just to say input, we separate it with a comma and we say text area. Okay, and we're going to say background color and we'll give it a value of this right here. So I'll just copy and paste. Also yeah, this one also changes. I don't know why it keeps putting that up. Yeah, as you can see, we have some border around it that we want to also handle. So we'll just say border and we'll say 1 pixels solid and we'll give it a color of this right here. Great, now we're looking good. All right, so okay, next up we want to currently, if you type in the input or text area elements, you will not be able to see the box. Also, their height is too small to be easy to use. So where is the input or text area? So okay, so what we want to do is set the color to FFF here and set the minimum height to 2 em. All right, so we'll say color hash FFFFF. Okay, and yeah, so now when you FFFF is white, so when you type, yeah, this is white. Okay, the height is also small, so we want to work on the height and we'll say minimum height of 2 em. Okay, looking better now. Yeah, let's continue. You want the select element to remain with a white background, but now it is not getting the same min height as their input and text area element. So this is our select element, okay? It has this tiny height. So what we want to do is to move the min height property value. Move the min height property and value so that all three element types have the same min height value, and the select element still has a white background. Okay, so yeah, so as we have, you already have a selector for input, text area, and select. So we want to add the color. Where was the color? Yeah, I want to add a color here. So cut it out from here and add it here instead, because this selector here has input, text area, and select. Okay, so every style that we add in this selector here will be applied to all three, but every style that we had here will just be applied to just two, the input and the text area. All right, so now we want to take this right here. Wait, sorry, I made a mistake. So the color is not what we are moving. What we are moving is the height. Okay, the height is what we are moving. So I'll just cut this one out here and send it here. All right, so now the select also has a good looking height. Okay, so for 56, to style the submit button, you can use an attribute selector, which selects an element based on the given attribute value. Here's an example. So there's what we call attribute selector. So the way it works is that you write the name of the attribute and you select the specific one of the attributes you want to use by the selector, the specific element by the selector. Sorry, let me explain what I mean. So for example, we have an input value here, okay? So there's an input value. So first we say input, okay? But we just don't want to style all of the inputs. You only want to style the input with a type submit. Okay, so the way you do this is to write input, that's the name of the attribute. We bring a square brackets like so, and we say type, which is the attribute, and then we say submit, which is the value, like so. Now whatever style we add will be applied to the input here. So let's do that. So for example, this is it, this button here. So I can just say display block, and we also want to give it a width of 60%. All right, so as you can see, it has a width of 60% and not 100%. Okay, next up, we want to say with a display of block, the button sits flush against the left edge. So as you can see, this is the button and it goes to the edge. So we want to use the same technique used to center the form to center the submit button. Okay, so if you don't remember, then let's look at it. So where is the form? Okay, here we have the form. As you can see, it has a margin, 0, and auto. So that's what we use to center it. Let's put it here, and as you can see, it is centered nicely here. All right, to make the submit button look more in line with the rest of the form, we want to give it the same height as the other field, which is 2em. And we also want to increase the font size to 1.1 rem. So let's say height 2em, and let's give it a font size of 1.1 rem. Okay, all right. Next up, we want to make the submit button appear more distinct, so we want to give it a background color of this right here. So we'll say background color of and we'll say border color of white. All right, now our button is looking very nice. Okay, so next up, we're still working on our form. So we want to separate the fill set above and adjust its width to never be below 300 pixels. So the way we're going to do that is to change the margin property to include 1 em at the top and bottom, while leaving the right and left set to auto. Okay, so this is the margin property. So like I've always been saying, the first, if it's two values, the first is for the top and bottom. So in this case, we want to change top and bottom to 1 em and want to leave the left and right set to auto. All right, now for the width, we want to set it that it is never below 300 pixels. Okay, so we just say width, and we say, no, we say main width, sorry, main width, and we'll give it a value of 300 pixels. Okay, so that's it for this one. We are almost done. Our form is looking really good. So we'll come back in the next video, and that will be the final video of this Learn HTML Forms playlist. All right, so see you in the final one.